I was at my end, and I had just realized that I was willing to die. And I needed someplace safe to come. I needed someplace to recover.
My own addiction led me here, actually. The last time that I relapsed, I ended up in jail, which had never been in jail before. And I decided to come to sober living.
What led me here is I was out of control. My addiction really stripped me from everything. So I was homeless. I had nobody, I was in addiction for 20 years. So I was quite numb. So my family disowned me. I figured, what's the use of living, and I went crazy on my addiction because I didn't care anymore.
I got in trouble in May of 2024, operating a vehicle while intoxicated. And I went to Claremont County Jail for 14 days. I basically came here with nothing. I needed a place to go. I wanted sobriety. That's my main goal.
Well, I went to prison. I got out, and my parole officer sent me back to Toledo. And I knew if I was back there, I was just going to fall back into addiction. I don't want to go back to that lifestyle, because if I go back, there's no coming back from it.
I got sentenced to prison last year because I violated probation. Over the last 10 years, I've been in and out of treatments, and nothing ever worked for me. Like, I always went back. Just like Celeste said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. It wasn't fun anymore.
From 2006 to 2018, I was on drugs. I've OD'd 3 times in 15, 16, and 17. And what's funny, like when I first overdosed in 2015, it was on Memorial Day, and I was putting water in the pool, and I just fell out. And I woke up, and the police were standing over me, and they're rubbing my chest, and I'm throwing up Narcan and Pepsi and crying for my mother and wanting to know what happened and where are my kids, and I'm looking all around. And then I cried for my mom, and then 16, I cried for my kids, and then at 17, I didn't cry for anybody because there wasn't anybody left.
Recovery housing is a place for individuals that are recovering from drugs and alcohol and possibly mental health as well, a safe space to rebuild their life and get support and not be isolated.
Recovery housing is a place where you can live, you feel safe, comfortable, you're provided services that will help you on your journey to recovery. Healing. That's the word I want to use, healing.
Recovery housing is that step that we've been missing. When you get out of treatment, you can't go around the people you were hanging around with anymore, and you've alienated everybody else you were around that were any good, and your family doesn't want to have anything to do with you. You don't have a job. Sometimes you don't even have an education, and you need somewhere to stay. And to prevent people from going back to the crack house or wherever they were living where drugs are around and starting right back up because they're not strong enough yet to say no. That's where the housing steps in. It keeps you safe because 90 days is not long enough for you to change anything. You still need to be in a structured environment, especially when you're coming from an environment where there's no structure whatsoever.
Recovering housing was a place of peace for me because my life had been so tumultuous that I needed that.
A community of people that are working for the same goal. It provides me a safe environment away from people who are using.
Recovery housing to me is a support group. I have family here that supports me. I go, I got a sponsor. And they make sure that, I go to the doctors, that I'm good with my mental health, physical health.
It provides safety from people that are out there and put you on the wrong track. I get to be sober. I get to have a new life than the one that I was in.
So that includes
being able to provide the love and the things that the women need in order to walk away strong and feeling good about themselves. That's very important, that they walk away with their self-esteem much higher than it was when they came through the door. It gives them time for their brain to heal so the light can come back on, so they can feel what they went through and know that that was bad. You got to feel it first before you can stop doing it.
There's no limitation because when you're in recovering housing, you just have a curfew, but the rest of the time is up to you. They can go play basketball. They can go work out. They go to a lot of meetings. We encourage them to go to church and get in contact with who they consider their higher power. We encourage them to find a sponsor, to do step work, to go to NA or AA or whatever is going to help along this journey to keep you abstinent from drugs or alcohol. But other than that, the sky is the limit on what you can do. We don't limit ourselves when we say we can't do something.
I think it's a huge part for us helping them figure out what they want, because I think that they need to have choices on the table versus a lot of, let me say, policies that says you can or you cannot go this way, or it has to look like this in order for it to be successful. Because every individual or every woman, I'm just using women as an example, they're all different. So they have a different life that they want to live, different talents, different dreams, and different desires for themselves. So we get to help just kind of put it all on the table and say, this is what we offer for you. People getting their GEDs, things like that. People graduating. People starting college again. That happens here. There's a couple people doing peer support.
When you're in addiction, it takes time to rebuild your life. And they give you that opportunity. Like, some people might have trouble finding a job and it might take them a little while. You just rebuild your life so when you are ready to go, you are in a spot where you can do that instead of trying to step out there with nothing again.
It provides assistance from start to finish in resume writing, job hunting. Anything that I need is available. Getting food, getting Medicaid, getting hooked up with different programs, any programs I need, getting clothes,
And our level 2 housing provides an opportunity for those to get help to navigate all the things they need to in the community, whether it's court, getting a job, paperwork, family relationships. We even go as far as helping people get reunited with families after protection orders.
People that don't have addictions can understand to a point, but when you are with a community of people who understand all of that, you're able to give each other support and just all of the things that you would need to help you stand on your feet.
So you're living with people that have the same struggles as you. They can talk to each other, bounce ideas off each other, support each other. They fight with each other. So it's kind of like they become brothers and sisters together. And we really stress community and togetherness, cook together, hang together, cry together, pray together.
What I really like about this house is we support each other. If one's down, we're there for one another. So we could talk. And that's important, I think, for a recovery house as living, because we look at each other as sisters, and we're always have each other's back.
We can make them aware of these different things that they normally would not know are going on. And then we have the vans, and we all went up there and hung out and ate and answered questions and played games and got T-shirts, just so they can see that you can smile without being drunk.
When I wanted to give up, they never gave up on me. We go through emotions, and they were always there for me. Always, anytime I needed something, I could call them, and they'll take me. They'll give me positive vibes. Because, your disease will check you out every time. And that's why it's important they taught us here in this program to have a support group, to have a sponsor, to go to these meetings. You can call me anytime you want. And that's what we need in recovery.
Me and my roommates, we hang out, we'll watch TV. We got game systems. play games. We go to meetings together. We'll go to like the mall and Dayton, shop and stuff like that. So pretty much just hang out, try to stay out of trouble and stuff.
So we've gone bowling, we've gone to Cincinnati Cyclones games, pottery, crafting, do have a garden every summer that we do together. And a lot of the girls, we go shopping together, meetings together. There's a lot of things that we do as a community.
I was able to tell them, each and every one, thank you for being there with me and for me along this journey. Because without them, I don't know if I'd be here. Because they keep me coming back.
Our society likes to give a lot of people in the recovery world barriers because of things they've done in the past. But when they get involved in a community, they feel hope and faith and support and love.
You're worth being around, talking to. You're not just some prostitute or a house cleaner or, you're a person that deserves to have a good life and enjoy it and have your kids. And you can do it. Just gotta work at it.
Addiction took me to places I never thought I'd be in, and just having my family back around. Like I know I talk about how this place is like my family, but it is amazing having my family back around me and wanting to talk to me.
Because you really feel the feeling, and then you really know what it feels like to make that mistake. And for me, once I got through and persevered through some bad situations, you get stronger. You get strength when you get to the other side. It's just getting to the other side of that first big thing that goes wrong.
It gives me hope. It gives me, it's a wonderful feeling to be able to do something for other people.
What I'm most proud of is that I got self-respect in me, and I'm a woman of hope. And also, I got my family back. I got my job back. I'm not numb no more. I have feelings, and then my family started coming back to me. I have my daughter. She actually says, "I love you, Mom," today. She actually got a smile on her face today. My grandkids are so happy to see me. My sister is so proud of me.
I'm most proud of that I got job training skills. I have women here that are my friends now. I'm proud of that I finally got a job.
It's not that no one ever cared. It's just like for so long we've put ourselves around people that don't. We made these decisions. No one else did this to us. I'm the solution and the problem.
It's taught me a lot. It's helped me a lot. I've built my credit score. I never had a credit score before. I built it. I got it up to 724. I bought me a new Dodge Durango. I got a good job. Yeah, it's just really helped me throughout my life to actually go somewhere and be somebody and want to be somebody.
I was given the chance to get to know myself. But before that, I didn't know what I was capable of. I didn't know the value that I held. But recovery housing allowed me to remove all the facades, all the barriers, all the misinformed information that I had about who I thought I was. Because again, I got a chance to look at me and find out what my shortcomings were, what my resentments were. So I'm just so grateful for recovery housing because I got a chance to get to know me personally, not from the outside, but from the inside, because it's really an inside job.
We don't have a lot of recovery housing out in the rural community. It would be awesome to see more. It would be awesome to have them because people are fighting to get in, and they're fighting for their life to get in. It's not just fighting for yourself. It's fighting to stay alive.
There's a shortage of housing for those that are trying to re-enter, and even after going through sober living, there ought to be something that advances them to let them know, okay, we believe in you now.
So my therapist said, why don't you be a drug counselor? And I was like, I can't. I did drugs. And she said, well, sometimes they make the best ones.
And I can rattle off my inmate number, and a lot of people identify with me where they may not be listening at the table. But if I rattle off that number, then they know that I've been on both sides of that thing.
This is why I do it. I lived it. I was homeless on the streets with nothing. And I lived it, and I know it, and I want everybody that goes to our wellness center to have the same hope that I wanted. So it's important to me to support these men and women and the clients that are involved in our center, and to help them get their lives back.
It gives me a purpose, and it makes me feel good, and it also reinforces it for me every day. And it also can be sad. It's also hard because sometimes, no matter how many times you say it or what bad thing you say is going to happen if you do this, they're still going to do it, and they have their own process.
It's the success stories, actually. And it allows me to also do something that I love naturally, which is to help people and to help women, and particularly. So that's a big, big win for me, because I get to work in something that I love. But also the win for me is when the women will be able to graduate from the house and go on to living in their own home, connecting with their families, and then full partnerships, full just part of the communities that we are in, or the communities that they choose to go back into.
I went to prison in 21. In 2020, I never thought I was going to be here. I never thought I would have a credit score. Never thought I would have a car. Because if it wasn't for the McKinley Hall, like I said, I would still be in Toledo. I'd probably be dead. That's where my addiction started and everything. And if it wasn't for this place, I wouldn't be here right now.
The day that I walked in that door, I never even seen myself where I'm at today. And I am so overjoyed and over thankful that they gave me that opportunity. It means a lot to me. It means a lot.
I love people. I love dealing with people. And I'm grateful to be sitting here and being able to share my story. And if it just helps one person to make the right choice, the right decision, to go to treatment, to go to recovering houses, to start planning and setting goals, if one person picks up on that, then we've accomplished what we set out to do.
As a person in recovery myself, I am just proud that I am here today. It's been such a long journey, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else. This brings so much joy to me and pride, and I'm giving back. It's about giving back. I feel like sometimes I'm a walking billboard. You can do this, never give up, because you can. But all it takes is just one person being on your side and being on your team. And with a bigger team, just think how far you can go. You can go alone and go fast, but if you go together, you go farther.